What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, a lot of people have sent me my brother Champside's video. Champside did a great video. Salute and shout out to my brother Champside. And I want to say this from the very beginning. Okay, Champside's my brother. Salute to Champside. I appreciate your work. I appreciate you more as a brother, right? And so people were sending me the video that Champside did, and people like to try to cause division, right? And it's saying, see, Champside broke it down about Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight, and the WBA regular title at junior welterweight, with a record of 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. He's going into the biggest fight of his career against undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay, so I want to make this video. So what happens is Gervonta Tank Davis, he has a rehydration clause. The fight itself is at a catch weight of 136, and then he has a rehydration clause, a limit of Ryan Garcia can't gain more than 10 pounds. Okay, the night of the fight. So the fight is actually taking place at 146. Okay, essentially it's taking place at 146. So I did a video yesterday and I talked about the rehydration clause, and then I did a live stream and I discussed the rehydration clause, right? And I broke it down. I don't care about the rehydration clause. I don't care about the catch weight. I believe the Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be victorious either which way. Okay. My brother Champside, he has his opinions based on it, and people try to cause division, right? Oh, see, you see, Champside said this, like he's saying the opposite. So we can agree to disagree, right? So, salute to the brother Champside. So what I'm gonna say is this: my stance on the rehydration clause. I think Gervonta Tank Davis will win with it or without it. For one, Gervonta Tank Davis, he didn't. I know Gervonta Tank Davis didn't suggest or ask for a rehydration clause. I'm sure Gervonta Tank Davis didn't ask for a catch weight of 136. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, so here's where it differed, right? Because, yes, they were the 4 kings. So I want to address this, and I'm saying this so people don't think that, oh, Blue is sneak this in Champside, or you go in that Champside, because there's a lot of sensitive people and a lot of division being caused here. So let me address it first. I'm not going to, against my brother Champside. He has his viewpoints and I have mine, and there's no division. It's my brother, right? So that everybody knows I'm not sneak this in the brother Champside when I address this, right? Okay. So there's a slight difference. I disagree, right? There's a slight difference. And the difference is this, right? Yes, they were the 4 kings, right? So let me start off by saying this first, too. Gervonta Tank Davis, I don't believe he asked for a rehydration clause. I don't believe he wanted it at a catch weight. I don't think Gervonta Tank Davis cares whether it's at 135 or 136. I don't think that he cares initially to talk about don't let Ryan Garcia gain more than 10 pounds. That's his team. That's the people behind him. He just didn't. He's just not opposed to it. He just go with it. Period. Now, as far as them being the 4 kings, yes, they were the 4 kings. It was Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. Initially, they were all at 135, right? Hence the 4 kings. And then you had the exception, right? A baker's dozen, so to speak, where Lomachenko was in there. Shakur Stevenson wasn't included because he was a weight class below. So, yes, they were the 4 kings at one particular time. They were considered the 4 kings, the 4 of them. Now, here's the thing, is that Gervonta Tank Davis ages them out, okay? So he's 28 years of age, right? Devin Haney is 24, just turned 24. Ryan just turned 24, and and Teofimo Lopez is just turned 25. So he ages them out. They're younger, they're gonna grow, right? Now Teofimo Lopez is 2 fights removed from fighting at 135, so he's not any longer considered in that 4 king lightweight era. They still the 4 kings, but they're not fighting in the same division. Hence the reason you had the 4 kings. The original 4 kings was Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, and Marvin Hagler, right? But Marvin Hagler fought at 160, Duran fought at 135, and Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fought at 147. But they still was the 4 kings, but they weren't in the same weight class. These 4 kings happen to be all in the same weight class at 135. But they grew out the division, where Tank is the smallest of the 4. Okay? He's the smaller of all 4 of these guys, and he's older than all 4 of these guys. So he's not growing anymore. They are still growing. So they're growing out of the division. Devin Haney's growing out of the division. Ryan Garcia is the biggest of them all. He's grew out the division, and Teofimo Lopez has grew out the division. So Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez are 2 fights removed from fighting at 135. They don't fight there anymore. Okay? They no longer fight at 135. So they're essentially junior welterweights now. Devin Haney is on the verge of not fighting there anymore. So when you look at the rehydration clause, let me explain the rehydration clause. Ryan Garcia is 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135. He's no longer a lightweight. Let me say it to y'all again. He's 2 fights and 2 years removed. The last time he fought at 135 was January of 2021 when he fought Luke Campbell. We are in March of 2023. He's 2 years removed from fighting at 135 at 24 years of age. The last time he fought there, he was 22 years of age, just turning 22, right? And he's 2 fights fighting at 140 now. Same goes with Teofimo Lopez. So it's the same thing as saying Shakur Stevenson is still a super featherweight. Shakur Stevenson has not even had a fight at 135. But we all know he's not a super featherweight anymore because he missed weight at 130. Now keep in mind, so nobody considers Shakur Stevenson anymore a super featherweight. He hasn't had a fight at lightweight yet. But you know, we already having conversations that Devin Haney and Tank Davis is avoiding him at lightweight. He hasn't even had a fight there. His first fight and debut is April 8th. So nobody considers him a super featherweight, right? And then when you look at Tank Davis has missed weight twice on the scales, and he has already fought at the full 140-pound limit. Right? He has already competed at the full 140-pound limit. Tank Davis has already fought there. Right? So that's where the difference lies. He didn't ask Mario Barrios to have a rehydration clause. At least I'm not aware of it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I know Gervonta Tank Davis knows that he's not comfortable fighting at 140 anymore. He's not comfortable fighting at 140 anymore. Well, he never was. He said he had 1 fight there and he's not comfortable. He's not a big guy. So hence the reason why you incorporate this rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia. He is 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135. He is no longer a lightweight. He's still one of the 4 kings. Initially, when it was talked about him being the 4 king, right? Yes, they was all competing at 135. 2 of the 4 kings are no longer there. Teofimo Lopez has had 2 fights at 140 now. Ryan Garcia has 2 fights at 140, and he's 2 years removed from fighting at 135. Tank Davis has even had a fight at 140, and Devin Haney's on the verge of going up to 140. So to just break down that 4 King era. And I understand what my brother Champside was saying, that, you know, they were all considered lightweights. That's where they started, as the 4 Kings, right? But just think about it. When they first was considered the 4 Kings, Tank Davis was the age that they are now. Then. Just think about that. When they was first considered the 4 Kings, Tank Davis was already 24. He was at the age that they are right now, then. Right? But he's the smaller guy. So Tank Davis is smaller than Devin Haney. He's smaller than Ryan Garcia. He's smaller than Teofimo Lopez, and he's older. So he's stopped growing already. So this rehydration clause and this catch weight on Ryan Garcia is to gain an edge. A mental edge, physical edge, whatever edge and advantage he's using. That's all it is. He's just gaining an edge. Right? So Ryan Garcia complaining about it, or so on and so forth, is understandable. Because he knows, he knows that, you know, his body is not permitting it. And Tank Davis and his team knows that Ryan Garcia, he presents a completely different challenge, Ryan Garcia, than Mario Barrios did. Completely different challenge than Mario Barrios, right? I think Mario Barrios is more fluid with his mobility, but Ryan Garcia is a better fighter, better jab, faster hands, and more power than Mario Barrios, right? So he presents a completely different challenge. And so, yes, they wanted a competitive edge over Ryan Garcia. That's just the bottom line. So, you know, for the people that's trying to cause division, you know, see, Champside addressed Blue Blood, and he, you know, I see people just, yeah, you got to go and say Blue Blood. You got a Blue Blood. It's Blue Blood. Blue Blood didn't put no rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia. That's all facts. Let's deal with facts over feelings. I deal with facts over feelings. The facts is, Ryan Garcia agreed to a rehydration clause. Yes, he did, because he is the B-side, right? If Ryan Garcia did not agree to the demands set by Tank Davis, everybody would say that Ryan Garcia is ducking or capping or don't want to fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. So he agreed to all the terms. Doesn't mean he has to like all the terms. But he agreed to all the terms. But it doesn't mean that he has to like all the terms. Plain and simple. He doesn't have to like all the terms. He don't have to agree with them. He agreed contractually, but that doesn't mean he has to like the terms. It's like Floyd Mayweather agreed to all the contract demands that Oscar De La Hoya set back in 2007, because he knew, once I beat Oscar De La Hoya, I'm going to be the man. He agreed to the ring size. He agreed to the big gloves. He agreed to the weight class that they fought in. He agreed to a 70-30 purse split. Floyd Mayweather was a bona fide superstar, a 4-division world champion, a pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He was light years ahead of Ryan Garcia when Floyd Mayweather agreed to those demands by Oscar De La Hoya. But he understood, in order for me to be in that position, I have to beat the best. And that's what he did. And that's what Ryan Garcia is attempting to do, attempting to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Doesn't mean he has to like it. But he beat Gervonta. He wants to fight and beat Gervonta Tank Davis. He's the clear B-side. He never fought for a world title. He's obviously never won a world title. He's not a pay-per-view superstar. He's a superstar outside of the sport of boxing. He's a star inside the sport of boxing. Tank Davis is a superstar inside the sport of boxing. So he had to conform to Gervonta Tank Davis' demands. It's plain and simple. And Gervonta Tank Davis wanted a competitive edge, a mental edge, and that's what he did. Period. I don't think he needed it. He did it just purposely to poke at Ryan Garcia. Point blank and period. It's not it. Ryan Garcia is not making an excuse, and Gervonta Tank Davis is not making up excuses. Neither one of them are making up excuses. The point is that, you know, the fact of the matter is this: is that Tank Davis knows he can do it, and Ryan Garcia had to go along with it. Period. So Ryan Garcia is not making an excuse. He's just telling you the demands that Tank Davis put out there that he had to agree to. Just like Floyd Mayweather told you all the things, the hoops and hurdles Oscar De La Hoya made him jump through to have a competitive edge. He wanted a small ring because he knew Floyd Mayweather is quicker than him. He's a more fluid athlete. He wanted to shrink the ring so he didn't have to look for him. He wanted a big gloves because Floyd Mayweather has faster hands. That bigger gloves is going to slow Floyd Mayweather down, who's a little guy. He wanted it to be at a bigger weight class because Floyd Mayweather's a smaller guy. It's just plain and simple. It just is what it is. But anyway, shouts out to my brother Champside. Salute to my brother Champside. And man, y'all stop trying to cause division. He could have his opinion. He could agree. We could agree to disagree. I have my opinion, my stance on it. He has his. That's it. Bottom line. Still my brother. Salute to Champside. Go subscribe to him. That's all I got for y'all, man. Peace. It's your boy Blue signing off. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I got for y'all, man. Peace.